Hello, good morning, happy Friday. It's the week. Well, it's almost the weekend. It's almost the weekend, and I'm looking forward to this one. It's been these last few weeks have been really long for me. So I'm enjoying. I really enjoy the stream times, and then also just like the not working part of the weekend. Esitsu, hello. How are you doing today? All right, so we've been making some good progress. So we finished sign up yesterday, and then we also finished the cannot create multiple users with the same username. That means we're moving on to skipped. Uh, no, we're moving on to sign in. Okay, so the ability to sign in, and we'll sort of see what we get from that. All right. Well, I don't see any reason not to just jump into it. So let's waiting for the weekend, which will never last as long as you want. Yeah, that's the truth. That does feel the truth. I I've been seeing all those different companies experiment with the 4 day, 32-hour work weeks, and there's a lot of I've been eagerly looking forward to see like more and more companies claim that it's really beneficial for them, and they all seem to say that it works really well. What's equally surprising, or maybe not surprising deep down, is the number of companies that do experiments like that, see that they work really well, see that their productivity of true measure of productivity goes up, see that their value goes up, and then they just go right back to the old system because that's what they feel comfortable with, as opposed to what actually works. Zilby's sitting on a little. I put down a tree next to my desk, so he's sitting on that. But he's also on the wrong side of it, so I don't think I can get a good camera angle for it. I'll have to figure something else, something for that for camera for Zilby. Okay, so we'll get going with this, I guess. Okay, so to do. All right, welcome back. We are continuing to build the project for the to-do application for Introduction to Axum. Looks like our next test is sign in. Let's go find that. So we have sign up, not create multiple users. Here we go. Sign in. So let's first run this really quickly. All right, so request failed with a status code of 404. It looks like it is. I don't get the error there. Let's go take a look at what it's trying to do. It's posting to, so as API v1 users login. Okay, so let's go fix that. Project solution, source routes. Okay, I'm gonna have to have, okay, so users. Let's create a new file for login. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was wondering about that. Rust Analyzer was taking a little bit of time to wake up. And I should be able to use this inside of routes. Where you are, router. Okay, so this is API v1 users login. Is that's a post, I believe. It is indeed a post. Okay, so we add that. Let's take a look at do the next thing. So that should give us a 200 now. And it does. Okay, so expect user from API, ID to be a number. Okay, so it's probably sending us in a username and password. We can verify that here. Yeah, it's literally that same user to create. It's now attempting to log in as them. So we can, the not response user, the request create user is really this. So it's going to be the exact same thing as this one. So I mean, this is like create user. I don't know if I want to change this to like request login user, um, because it also creates. I'm gonna keep this as this right now, and we'll just use it. So for login, we will do a. I know I also need the JSON. So we need the JSON. I guess so we'll just grab that out. So JSON, we have the request user. That's going to be JSON, which is the request create user. We also need the state with the database connection. So that's going to be a state. Can you not find state? Where did that? It's from Axum extract state. Why can't you find it? State. Okay, so this is going to be the DB, and you're going to be the state, which is going to be the database connection, which means we need to find you. Import state there, from there. Okay, so we got those two things. Those should be happy. We probably also need to return a user. So let's return a result. That's going to be what was it called? Not a response user, a response data user. Okay, so response data user and an app error. Okay, so now you're yelling at us because we don't have that in there yet. We'll take care of that soon. Okay, so what do we need to do? Well, we probably need to take in this user and do a database query for that. So I believe that's going to be users. Oh, but we have to bring in the entity as users. So that's going to be a use. Let's go create database users. It's going to be the entity as users. Okay, so users, this is going to be, now we have find by ID, which sounds appropriate because I think, no, it's not going to be find by ID, it's going to be find by username. So find, we need to filter. So this is going to be users, column, username is equal. Yeah, okay, so then this dot equal to, what is it going to be equal to? Oh, it's going to be that request user dot username. Okay. And I think that's going to be it. We just want one. So I think it's one. There we go. One, we pass it in a reference to the DB. We await. We map the error. We print line. Okay, so this is error getting database. Error getting user. Error getting user for logging in. And then we're going to return an app error. So this will be the status code of internal server error and error logging in. Try again later. I don't believe we have tests for this because it's really hard to create tests to like cause a database connection to fail without then causing a lot of other problems too. Okay, so this creates our user. So user equals. Now that's an option, right? Because there's a possibility that we don't find the user. So if let some user equals user. There. Okay, so if we have the user, then we want to obviously like do the login thing, right? If we don't have the user, I want to return probably a 404. I don't remember what the tests are asking me for, so this will be interesting. But I'm going to return an error. Yeah, so an error. This is going to be a app error, new status code, not found, and could not find. So I think in this case, we're going to have this exact same error message. So bad username and or password. Okay, so we're going to return that. Now, if we do find it, then we want to create the new user. So this is going to be the response. That is going to be equal to a response data user. So that's data, and then inside of data. Oh, so probably not response data user. I just want a response user. There we go. All right. So what do we have here? I don't need that terminal up right now. We have our ID. Okay, so we have it from the model. This is just a model, so I should be able to extract it out. So user.id. Username is also going to be from that. We also have the username from what's passed in, so I could also take it from there. Token. When we log in, I want to create a brand new token, and I need to save that to the database. Okay, so if we found the user, also for login, we probably need to double check that the password is good, don't we? So we need to verify password, which I don't think that we created a verification function for that, did we? So users, that's under utilities probably. So for the hash, we need to verify. So pub function verify password. We're gonna take in the password. I think that's all we need. We'll give a result of probably a Boolean and an app error. Okay, so we want to use verify from bcrypt. Okay, it takes in the new password. Oh, and the hash. Right. Okay, so we have the password, hash. which is a stir as well. Now you return what? You return a bcrypt result with a boolean. Okay, so I want verify password hash. We're gonna do a map error. So eprint line. So error verifying password. We'll do that, and then we'll return a new app error. Okay, so status code is going to be internal server error, and this is going to be something like there was a problem verifying your password. I don't know if I necessarily need anything else than that. Okay, and that's going to return our Boolean there. So now we can go back to login and use this. Okay, so we want to check to see if we're good to go. So if we have a user here, then I also then want to check if the passwords match, essentially. So if guess that, yeah, then we'll just question mark that to extract it. Okay, so if verify password, so this one, we pass in the password, which is going to be a reference to user.password. Sorry, not user.password, that's the hash. This is going to be the reference to the request user.password. And then the hash is going to be referenced to the user.password. We have to question mark you. Okay, so if you, how about this? If you are not true, that means the password does not match, and I want to do an early return here. So it's return error, app error, new status code unauthorized. This is going to be probably the same thing as this. I'm not exactly sure what I need in the tests. Okay, so we have our guard clause. If the verify password doesn't match, return early. Okay, then we get to here. We want to, okay, so they do match. We get the user ID. We get the username. Token, we need to create a new token at this point. So let token equals create token from here. Right, we need a secret. So we can get that from the state. So this is going to be the token secret. And you are state, what was that? Like a token wrapper. That's what it was. Okay. App error. Why do I have a capital new? That's not right. Okay. Secret is going to be our, what do you take in? You take in a stir of that. So it's going to be a reference to a token secret. And then our username is a full string. So this is going to be our user.username, and we'll just clone it. Excuse me, sorry, I had a sneeze. Okay, so I clone you. I think you return a result, right? So with question mark you. Token secret, you're not happy. Oh, right. Token secret, and it's like .0, right? I can probably implement deref on that to make it a little bit nicer, but I want to make sure that these are all working, and that's something that like could be used to like make things a little bit nicer, but it's not necessary. Okay, so we now have a brand new token, so we can set the token in here. This is an option, so it has to be a sum. Are you an option? And a response user? No, the response user is absolutely required. This is token. But we need to put this token inside of the database. So before we move on to here, so before we actually create a response user, I need to actually store the database. Okay, so I need to convert the user into an active model. So I think I can, let's see, I don't think I need anything. Okay, let's, the user, let's shadow the user. Okay, so we'll do user dot into active model. Now we can do sets on this. I think you need to be mutable. And we can now say user dot token. That has to be an option. Okay, so equals a set. Did I pull you in? No, I did not. Set to be a sum token. Once I do that, then we have to save this, and I think that's the only thing we're updating here. So user dot save reference to the DB. We await. We map the error. This is error save error adding token to user and DB. Okay, this one is back to internal server error again. And this is, so at this point, you've successfully logged in, and it's really just like error generating the authentication, like error logging you in. Error logging you in. And so we return that, so semicolon, and there we go. I think this also returns user again, so I can do that. Yeah, then it's back to an active model, which I think we're good now. Oh, look at this. We've lost our, okay, so I need to then convert this back to a normal model. How did we do that again? That was something like that user equals user dot was there an into try into model? Okay, so try into model, we can map the error, and there's so many map errors. That is Rust forcing us to handle all of these things, so I don't crash and the server stays up. Okay, so we have. I could probably create like a little function for this, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. If I end up doing this specific thing over and over and over again, I might put this into like the mod. But okay, so I guess did I already do this in create user? I did not need to. Oh, try into model right here. Oh, I did. Oh, but I put this at the end. Interesting. Okay, and I'm doing this exact same thing again. Yeah, because I saved it and then I want to. Okay, so I want to. I want to create a function in here. Now, this isn't necessarily utility. It's very specific to users, I believe. I mean, I could, I guess, make it generic, but so this try into model, this takes in the user model and a DB error. No, yes, that returns it. This takes in an active model for users. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it like this. I have a. I don't think it has to be public because it's a child of mod. So I think it's gonna have access to it. We'll find out. So this is gonna be convert active to model. I think that works. We're going to take in that model, I believe. So we have an act. So we're going to take in an active model. So I guess is it the entity? It might be the entity. It might just be a user. This is an active model, which you can't find. I think that's something like users active model like that. I'm going to return a, now this could be a result here because we can then, okay, so this is going to be a result. We want a model, which is going to be users model or an app error. And I can take in this one right here. So I want you. So we're going to do user. Okay, run this try into model. Import that trait. Import status code. Okay, that should work, which means I should come back to log in. I don't need to do this right now. Oh, no, I need to do that one. That's into active model. I don't need to do this one right now because we save it and then we want to shadow it right back into user again. So I'm going to do a question mark. Oh, wait, I don't have, this is not a method on you. Never mind. I am going to shadow you. We're going to do let user equals user to active model. What did I call it? I already forgot. Convert. Okay. Convert to active model. Pass in that user, and we can question mark you. There we go, and we have this user again. We can now use this. This is great. All right, so response user, we have that. Then finally, we will return a request, a response data user with data inside, and then the response inside of here. And that's what we return. You respond with that, and then we don't have it to do. Use a move value. Okay, so the token. When did we move it? Value moved here on line 46. Okay, so user.token equals set some token. Okay, so well, I can actually just use this user.token, can I? Because I just saved it, so it's here. Mismatch type expect strung found an option. Okay, well, we can unwrap you safely because we just literally created you. Okay, so that should be happy. Router's unhappy. Why? The trait bound. Yes. Yes. You can't be a. Where's my function signature? You can't just be a response data user. You have to be a JSON response data user, like that. That should make you a little bit happier. So then response data user, we have a JSON like that. Okay. That was a lot of coding, and we haven't run any tests for it. Let's change that. Oh, yep. And sign in is now working. So sign in works as expected. Before we end here, we have a couple warnings. And then also I want to go into create user and update this to use sort of like the new system. So instead of try interactive model, I want to end here. And then, so we have that user. We're going to immediately shadow the user again. So let user equals convert active to model and pass in the user and question mark that. Okay. So it's a little bit easier using the same code over and over again. So in case we need to change this, we can later. Okay, we also have some warnings. Let's fix those. So try into model, we don't need that trait anymore. This accidentally brought in convert, don't need that. This try into model trait, we don't need you. And that's it. Let's double check that our tests are still working. They are indeed. Okay, so we can still sign in. Let's go ahead and commit these changes. That looks all right. So we can now, so users can sign in. And I'll go ahead and push that up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hello, the Never World. Sorry I didn't respond right away. I was recording a video for YouTube for a tutorial on Axum. It's going pretty well. What is a to-do? So this is like a to-do application, right? So a to-do like tasks, like a to-do list type thing. So we have a database. We have some tests here that you could see that is going through. And we've been working on the authentication part of it. Later on, it gets a little bit interesting. You made one for everything once. Nice. Yeah, this is more for a tutorial type thing, so it's not really it's not like a full functional to-do application. It's got all the pieces, but it's probably not like a really good to-do app. Oh, all in one list. Okay. There was like categories, subcategories, names, dates. Yeah, I don't have too many of those. It's just a very like it's a title, I've got a description, something like that. I don't have due dates. Also, Steven, hello. Some tech I banned you in their chat. Um I mean, I it's an interesting question to ask. I'd probably ask them not like if I didn't want that, I would probably just say like, "Hey, could you please not, you know, search for that here?" As opposed to going straight to the ban. But yeah, to each their own, right? Okay, so let's see. Oh, I need to mark. We have recorded that. Probably don't need to end the video with I don't think I need to end the video with going like actually pushing the commit to GitHub. Okay, and then I need you. And rename you. Okay, so this was I guess sign in. Force push. Yeah, we'll end the video with a force push every single time. How, what could possibly go wrong with that? Sounds like the best idea. All right, what time is it? It's 7:30. Oh, we have plenty of time. So next up in the list is going to be gets a good error message when attempting to log in with a bad username and or password. So we're kind of already handling that, but I don't think we have the right username or password. So let's fix that with a short the next video. Oh, I also like to close all these down. Okay, here we go. Recording the next one. All right, we're on to getting a good error message when attempting to log in with a bad username and or password. Now, we're kind of already handling that a little bit. So here, when we're logging in, we have this. See, that's finding user. So like we can't find the username, so we're just you know either having like a generic error there or a bad username or password. Yeah, so like we handle that, but I don't know if we have the right one. So let's go and unmark this test. Okay, so that's this one. I could also put an only on this to make it a little bit faster. Okay, so we expected a 400. We got a 404. Okay. So we expected a 400. Now that I believe is so that was the internal server error. We have an unauthorized that's like a 401 or so, but that wouldn't be a 404. Not found. Here's our okay. So this wanted to be a just a bad request. Okay. And then we also wanted this to be incorrect username and or password. So let's just copy you and change you to be that. And then also we probably want this one to be exactly the same message too. I don't know if we want these other messages to be exactly the same. We'll find out. Okay, let's run our tests again. Ooh, I think it passed. It did indeed. Okay, so we have no warnings. Let's go and remove the only. So that way we run all the tests. And everything is passing. Excellent. Okay, so that's exactly what we wanted to see, which means that we're going to end this video. And then the next one, we're going to be doing log out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you then. Bye. Okay. I have way too many videos. It'll take you ages to watch them all. I'm sorry about that. I do have a lot of like the stream VODs, and I just put I mean, most of those up on YouTube. I think there was a couple that just I had let go and they're gone forever. But yeah, like with the VODs, you probably don't need to watch those, right? Like I only have like 3 courses. So 1, 2, 3. I'm working on the fourth course. Working on the fourth course. So that if you just look at those, then then it's not too many. All right, let's commit this. Okay, so that's handling that. Okay, so handling I guess like better error messages. So better bad login error messages. send you and rename the recording, and that was so login error messages. Sounds like I'm recording a meal. 3 courses sounds about right. Yeah, 3 courses, but I'm really going for the ultimate here. So like we're gonna have like a 4-course meal. We're gonna add some like more appetizers and things. We'll get our way up to like the 7-course meal. I'm sure. I'm sure. Super happy with the Axum introduction. Nice. Thank you for the feedback on that too. I guess like uh see after day 1 halfway done. Nice. Yeah, so it's still ongoing, which is why I don't have like the introduction parts and like some of the like we I have like these are all the videos that are done for that. I have like the introduction parts that haven't been created. And the experiment that I'm doing this time with it is I'm just putting them up on YouTube as soon as I'm finishing each video, as opposed to waiting until the very end and then putting them all up at once, which is what I did for the Introduction to You course. And so far, I've been getting a lot better feedback from this one, like as I'm going. So I'm liking this style so far. Okay, still have time. Log out is going to be next. So log out, with logout, we're gonna have to implement headers, authentication. Oh, it's gonna be a thing. Okay, but I have like 40 minutes, so 35 minutes really. What's the chance that we can finish this? This is probably gonna be a longer one though. It might take the rest of the morning. Okay, so let's do it. All right, let's move on to the next test in the user CRUD, which is log out. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this to an only. Let's run this. Okay, well obviously we can't find the route, so it's status code 404. So let's go fix that. So in our users, let's create a log out route. I want a pub mod log out. So pub async function log out. And let's go back to our router and bring that in. Okay, so route, so what is this? API v1, and our test, we're sending this to, okay, so we first create a user. Then we post to log out. Okay, so users log out. Okay, excellent. So users log out. Looks like it's a post. Log out to that. Okay. Something else though. We're sending in these headers, aren't we? So this is a protected route because this won't really work if I don't have like the token, if I don't handle this. And if I remember correctly, we didn't bring the feature in for Axum for headers. So we definitely need to do that now. So let's go ahead and that was the test. Let's stop the server. We're going to do a cargo add Axum. And I want these headers. So -f headers. Okay, there we go. Cargo watch. Start that up again. which means we need middleware. So we need middleware to watch, extract the token, and get the user, and then insert that in. Okay, so I don't know if this goes into utilities necessarily. Sometimes it feels like it might go. It's not necessarily like specific routes. I think I'm gonna create. I believe we're only gonna have one middleware for this here, but still feel like I just want a middleware folder for this. Let's create a mod.rs. In the main library, we're going to pub. You don't need to be public. This is going to be a mod to middleware. And in middleware, let's create a. So this is going to be authenticate maybe, or maybe secure guard. Like guard user require authentication. Maybe require authentication like that. I feel like every time I do this, like I write one of these, I end up with like a different word for it because I've never been super happy with whatever I come up with. So nope, I want to be writing in here, please. So this is going to be a pub mod require authentication. All right, so we know we're going to need some kind of function for this. So we're going to have a pub async function require authentication. If I remember correctly, it takes in a request and next, and then those are going to be the generics. So we're going to have request is a request. And you're going to be the type T, right? Which means we need a generic T. See if I can do this by memory. It's been a little while since I did that lesson on middleware. Okay, so request T. We have next. Next is going to be a next, and that's going to be the exact same T. Okay, so far so good. We're going to return a, I believe it could be a result. So that way we can have app error as the second thing. And then the first thing is going to be whatever this next is, which is a request. I think it was, do I need the generic? Ooh, I'm forgetting what one this is. Let's open up our browser and just go find this. This is in crates, find Axum. Go to our documentation. I want middleware. Okay, so it's not, I want custom middleware. Use that. Where was that? That was, oh, here it is. Okay. Writing middleware. Okay, the from function is exactly what we want because I do not intend to publish the middleware as a create for others, and so therefore this is just a little bit easier. So we're gonna go into here, and oh, it takes in two things now, doesn't it? No, okay, just one. And this is an auth one. That's pretty much exactly what we're going for. Okay, so this is, oh, it's a response. Okay, so it's the response type. So not request. I almost had it. So it's the response time. The request and next were in the correct order, and they are this this generic T or B or whatever you want to call it. And then this is going to be an app error. All right, let's throw in our to-do so it doesn't yell at us too much. Okay, excellent. Let's also go ahead and use this right away. So that way it'll start yelling at us if we don't do it correctly. So in router, I am going to put this at the top, right? So I'm going to put a dot. What was it? It's I think it's a route layer. There's the from function. So standard error. Oh, what was that? Ooh, this is another one I have to look up. It's going to be middleware from function because there's multiple from functions here. So we're going to find middleware, import that from Axum, from function, and the function itself is going to be require authentication. And I don't have to actually pass that in. That will figure it out. Okay. Now everything above this is going to require authentication. So that's going to be fine. And there's no errors, which means so far I haven't screwed this up. Logout is going to be our first one that does require this. So I'm going to just put that up there. So that way I don't forget that and have a weird error later. Okay, so what do we need? In order to allow our users through, we need to grab that custom header. So we can grab the entire header map. That should be fine. So let's see. We'll do headers. It's going to be a header map. We also need the database. So that's going to be what? State. So state. I want the DB. State. Database connection. Okay. Is there anything else that I necessarily need as part of this? I'm probably gonna need to verify. So we're gonna get the token out. We need to verify the token. So we're probably gonna need the like that token secret. But I'll worry about that in a second. This should get us started. So the first things first, we need to grab the token out of the headers. So let's do let token, like maybe the header token. It's going to be equal to headers. I want to get, it's not a typed get, unfortunately. Okay, so get the key. What are you coming in as? So we see this coming in as X auth token. So the old-fashioned X-auth, no longer really needed in headers. Oh, I somehow got the entire line. I didn't need that. Okay. Oh, how did I get this? All these spaces too. Yeah, I must have copied the entire line. Okay, so get that. Now that gives us an option with the header value. Now, okay, so if this doesn't exist, I want to handle that. So we'll do this as an if let sum, right? If let sum. Now there's the other sort of let to extract out, but I don't remember if that lets me put an else on it. I don't think so. So if let sum, this is going to be maybe like the token equals u. So I can, I mean, we could just also stay inside of here and that would be fine. Semicolon u. Okay, so we're gonna get this token out of here and return with that. Okay, so that's fine. Else, if we're missing the token completely, we want to do an early return of an error with an app error inside. So new We have the status code, which is a unauthorized. And I'm not exactly sure what message we need right now, so I'm just going to make one up, which is um, it's like missing authentication token. Okay, so we guard out of that. We get that out. Okay. Header token. Okay, so now we have this header token. We need to validate the header token. We need to verify that it's exactly the one we expect it to be, which means okay, we have this jot for the token. We have create token. Let's go ahead and create a pub function, verify token, validate token. We're going to take in something. We're probably going to take in the token. Oh, we probably need the secret and the token here. So we'll do secret, stir, and token is probably also a stir. We're going to turn a result with a, I don't really care about this. I just need to know whether or not it's good or not, right? So this is going to be a Boolean and an app error. Okay, I don't, VS Code, that's fine. Thank you. All right. Throw in a to-do. Okay. Validate token. So I think that there was a decode that we can get out of this. That's not a JSON web token. Okay, so we can decode. This takes in the token, which is a string, so we have that. It takes in an encoding key. Okay, so we need key equals. Now, are you an encoding or decoding key? You're a decoding key. So decoding key. Do you have like, oh, it's a from string. From secret. That's what it was. From secret. You're this U8. Okay, perfect. So we can do secret dot as bytes. Okay, and that gives me the decoding keys. So you just become a reference to that. Now the validation. What are you? Validation. Decode and validate a jot. I have decode. Oh, claims. Oh, I don't need more than token and decoding key. Oh, but I do have to tell it exactly what. Oh, no, here it is. Validation new. Oh, it's this HS256. Okay, which I think that's what we're using. Okay, so validation equals validation. What was that? Is that a from? Oh, validation new. Validation new. You take in the algorithm, which was that HS. What did we do above? HS. I think we did default. I think it's the 256. I think it's that one, right? I know it says this is created jot using HS256 algorithm. Yeah, okay. So that's where it is. HS256 algorithm. Excellent. Okay, so we got you, and then you need to be a reference. Okay, now decode, you return a result with the token data. I also need to give you a type, which is, okay, so this is decode with the turbofish syntax of the claims. Okay. All right. And then we want to map the error. So this is gonna, okay, so let guess like it's our result, or it's really, I think this is gonna be the claims, isn't it? Claims equals, let's map the error. Error, okay, so we have an ePrint line. All right, so this specific error, we are validating token. We'll print that error out. And then now the error that we're going to respond with. Okay, so it's going to be an app error. What do we want this to be? Probably just an internal server error. So status code, internal server error. Although there's a couple different things that could happen here, isn't it? That's probably not right. Because, oh yeah, this is definitely not going to be right. I'm going to want to match on the error dot, what kind of, oh, into kind, so we can get the kind of error that it was. That's what it was. Fill the match arms. Here's all the different types of errors. So if this was an invalid token, this is definitely going to be one type of error. So this is going to be an app error. I don't even need to print this out. This just means that they failed. So, okay, invalid token, app error, new. This is sort of like bad token, bad or missing token. I don't remember exactly what that is. That's the message. What am I thinking? I want status code. Status code is unauthorized. And then bad or missing token. Okay, excellent. This is also going to be, if I want to return this, you're going to be an error. Oh, wait, this is map error, so we're fine here. Okay, invalid signature. That's our problem. That's the bad secret, right? With everything else, oh, expired signature. So if it's an invalid token, what if I want to do like ors on some of these? Because what I could do is say something like, okay, if it's this or that, and then you're good here. Or invalids, that's that one I don't care about. We don't have RSA. Like that's my problem, right? Failed signing, invalid algorithm name, invalid key format, missing required claim, expired signature. That's another one that we might want to put in here. So, or that. Okay, invalid issuer, or audience, subject. Okay, so I'm gonna do all of those. Okay, so if it's anything else, I want to. Now I'm gonna do the ePrint line, error validating token. Let's throw in the error here, like just that full error. I do wonder if I have access to it anymore, or if I've given ownership with the kind. I don't remember. Oh yeah, you only give part. Okay, you only give a reference, so we're fine. And then here we're gonna do an app error. This is gonna be a generic one, so app error new, status code, internal server error. And then this could be error validating token. Okay, and that's return out of there. All right. You need to be okay. So claims. So if I question mark semicolon u, now that if I do this, this doesn't give me. So what do you give me? You give me a result with the data, the token data claims, which is not exactly what I want. Can I map? I can map this, which give me a. This is like the result of it, so I can actually see like the claim, right? And then in this case, if we've got past this, then we're good to go. So I'm just going to return true here. And I don't need, so here, now we have a result Boolean app error, which means you're good to go. Okay. So this returns, okay, so let's head back to our middleware. All right, so we have the header token out here. Now, do I want to even, I don't know if I want to even validate this. I check it in the database first, I think. Let's like we can verify that it's a good token. We also need to find it in the database. So I don't know which one I want to do first. I don't know if it really matters that much. We could validate it right away. So let's validate token. The secret. So we do need that secret here. This is gonna be a state token secret. It's gonna be a state token wrapper. Okay. For the secret, that's going to be a reference to the token secret.0. And then the token itself, which was the header token, which is that header value. Now, I want to extract out what that header value is, don't I? So I have to, what do I have access to here? Header value. I have a toString that gives me a stir. Asref, as by. I have toOwned. What does that give me? It gives me a type T, which is still just a header value. So that's not what I want. I probably want, it looks like it doesn't have a toString. It looks like it has a toStir, which has a result on it. So we're going to map error. Just that I can take this error, print and handle it. We are going to error, I guess like extracting token from header. Pass in that error, and then I want the, I guess this is going to be an app error. Error new, this is going to be a status code of internal server error, and error reading token. The front end will have to sort of deal with this. Now, I probably want to just toOwned this, so we have a full string. Okay, so now I have a header token. Although if I don't, I mean I can just pass that in as expected here. So we have a header token passed into you and question mark you, and so this should crash and return early. I mean, crashes, that is not the right word. This should now return early if we're not valid, right? So if the token isn't valid itself, we're not getting past this line. So now we're going to use the database connection to find out whether or not the token is in the user. Okay, so we want to users Right, we have to bring in, okay, so use, okay, so I want create database users. I want that entity as users. All right, so let's find, we have to do just to find, we're gonna filter, this is gonna be users, import you. I want the column token. I want you to be equal to sum, and this is going to be the actual token, right? So that's going to be sum. Now this token is a, oh, you're not showing me. The token I believe is a string, but it's also an option, like it can be a none or a null. So this is going to be a sum, a string, which means that's going to be the header token to owned to make it that string. Okay. So if I want to find that and I want to find just one item. So get that. We await. We map this error. Okay. So we take in the error. We're going to do an ePrint line. Okay. So this is going to be an error getting user by token. And let's return an app error. New. This is definitely a internal server error. So status code internal server error. And I mean, we shouldn't run into this, but like, so there was a problem like getting your account. So return you and question mark. Okay. Okay, so that should give us a new user. Now, this is an option. So it's possible that we didn't find it because the token doesn't exist. If the token doesn't exist, they're logged out. So we need to be able to handle that now. So if let sum user equals user. So this will be if they're logged in. If they're not logged in, I want to do an early return. So return error, app error, new. Our status code is going to be unauthorized. And that's the message is probably going to be like a account. So either the account is missing or you're not logged in. So like you are not authorized. I don't remember what the error message is supposed to be, and we'll probably get a test for that. Okay. Excellent. So we get that. Now, if let some user. Okay, so we get to this point. The token is valid, and we found the user with that token. So that means we're logged in. So at this point now, we want to add the user to the request in an extension. And we have this user here as a model. Okay, so I want to do a, what is that? What is this going to be? We want to do a request dot extensions mute. I want to insert, and the value is going to be this user. So user, and I think that's it. Cannot borrow. Okay. Request as mutable. So where was request? Request was right here, right? So you're mutable. Okay. All right. So we're now inserting the request here. Okay, great. I'm having some errors in the router here. What are you? Oh, I don't think I'm returning. No, I have the to do in it. That should be fine. What are you yelling about? It's the trait bound from function header map state request and next. Route tower service request is not satisfied. The following other types implement trait tower service. Do I just need to finish it? Is that what he's yelling at me about? Let's finish it and see if the error goes away or if there's something else that I'm missing here. Okay, so I do that. Oh, I don't think I'm returning the right thing. So we're going to return an okay here. So if we reach the end, we're good to go. I want to return next dot run. We pass in the request like that. Mismatch types. It was a request, right? Yeah, the request here. Mismatch types, expected struct, response. Oh, so not response. You wanted a response. What did you want? I thought it was the request. Do run returns a and await. I think I need to await it. There we go. Okay, so I await you, and then okay, so you're still upset. So we have this route layer middleware from function require authentication. The trait bound. Am I just missing like a trait? I don't think so. The trait bound from function is not satisfied. Other traits required by bound. Do I need to make sure that the headers are last? Because I'm consuming the headers. I might need to make sure that this happens here. No, okay, so that's not it. Let's see, unused import for that. Stick you away. This is all good. We are public with that. We're taking you away. Okay, so what did I do wrong with this? Right. It's the wrong type of from. Yes, I need it with the state, don't I? Yes. I totally forgot. There's the new middleware with state. Where was that? That was this one. So there's middleware from function with state. That's what it is. Okay. You expected 2 arguments. So how does this work? This is state and then function. So the state, we clone the state for this. This is gonna be our app state.clone. Clone. And then we do that. Okay. I mean, no errors. Let's find out if it works. I don't remember if I need to. I think that's what it was. I think that I can't actually have the state in there otherwise. Okay, so received, expected null, received. Oh, we never actually implemented logout. Uh, we we just got to the next thing, which I guess works because I think it made it all the way to the main function, didn't it? It certainly didn't error out in the middle there. We would have gotten a message here, and this probably would have been something other than a 200 OK. However, I'm running out of time this morning, so I'm going to have to put a cut in, and I'm going to finish this when I'm next back and ready, but it'll be part of the same video. So see you in a couple seconds. Bye. And then, of course, I'll just put that back in. So that's fine. Um, yeah, so I'm using extension. Yeah, okay. So thank you for that, Isitsu. Totally forgot that I needed the from function with state. Otherwise, we get that fun error. Also, let's see. Thank you, Blackout Roman, for the help with that. It was like you got that just as I was getting to documentation too, which is pretty good. Also, Wolferstad, hello. Okay, so I want to save this as a work in progress. This is work in progress. Logging out. And you are, the video is log out part 1. You don't see why it couldn't work. There must be some obscure reason why it can't extract state here, but it can elsewhere. Oh, like why? Well, I guess like from function with state, they must have like a different system for it. So the state's just not available at all unless you do this from function with state and directly pass it in with a clone on it. Uh, but yeah, that is a little bit interesting, isn't it? But okay, doesn't really matter. We figured it out and we got it working. So we got the first part of that done, which is the middleware part for guarding, and then the next part of that is going to be throwing that into where, creating the actual logout route and making this do the logout thing. So okay, I have, there was that's I'm gonna keep all the warnings, everything else. This is fine. Yeah, so we're in a process of logout, so I won't update that. And then securing routes, we kind of have that already done, so I don't even know. Like that might just come with us. We might get that for free. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream because it's 8:22. Oh man, I need to head off to my day job, and I do not write Rust there, unfortunately. I would love if I can get some stuff there. Maybe someday I'll be able to implement some Rust in my day job, but not yet. So, anyways, with that, thank you so much for everybody for hanging out with me. I will be back on Monday morning to continue recording this, and so we'll finish up logging out Monday morning, and then maybe finish out. See how much of the rest of the user cred we can end up doing, which is really just better error messages for those two. So, with that, thank you for hanging out, and I will see you next time. Bye.